Okay, welcome to this training. This is a basic training for all new customers of Black Box Digital, and this is going to show you how to create your very own customer acquisition funnel, or commonly known as a sales funnel. Now, this is really important because most business owners completely miss this. And without this strategy in place, there's no automated or repetitive way for new prospects to get to know your company and then become clients. This will take away lots of headaches when you build it in place. It's also important because you're going to maximize the work that Black Box do on your Facebook page. You see, the truth is, Facebook is just the first part of your sales funnel. And if we were to break this into columns, there are really three main segments of your client acquisition funnel that I'm going to teach you about today. And as you can see, revealed is the Facebook page there, and that comes under the column, the very first column of the funnel, which is called brand awareness. Now, in this column, you might have several other brand awareness platforms there too. This would tend to be most of your social media. So it could be, for example, Facebook page. It could be your Twitter account. It could be your LinkedIn account, any kind of social media places there. This is what we would call the social media or brand awareness part of the funnel. And this is characterized by the fact that here we get fans or followers, but we wouldn't call them leads or prospects yet. There is a difference. So we define a fan or a follower as somebody that they've expressed a very mild interest, they like your topic or they're following you, but they have not yet expressed interest in potentially becoming a customer. That's what we call a lead. A lead would be someone who has expressed an interest and very much knows about your products. At the brand awareness stage right here, a fan or a follower usually is just responding to what you're putting out there. So you'll put content on Facebook, you put tweets out, you put videos on YouTube, and the people are just liking or following that content, but they haven't really stepped deeper into our world. That is what the next step of the funnel is for. And this will be the first thing that you really need to work on and make sure you have in place. And of course, your Black Box Digital Facebook Manager is being trained to help you with the basics of just pointing you in the right direction for this. So the second column in your funnel is the lead capture stage. We've had the brand awareness stage. They followed your content. Now we're on the lead capture stage. Now, lead capture is where we want to essentially build a database. Having a database of interested prospects is the most valuable asset in your business. In fact, it's your entire business, because without it, you have nothing. If you have a database of leads, let's say an email subscriber list, and you have maybe 10,000 local prospects who've joined your email list to get news, updates, and so on. If, let's say, the worst happened and your business was then taken away tomorrow, you'd still have that list of 10,000 people. You could send an email communication out to them. You could sell something else and you'd be back in business again. So it's like your insurance asset. And most business owners, surprisingly, are not building databases of leads. They try and make the sale instantly off the page. But it's much better for you in the long run to start building a slow relationship with these prospects, turn them into a lead by having them join one of your databases. I'll explain a few types of databases in just a moment. And from inside those databases, then we can more easily move them into paying customers. So some examples of lead capture. We look at three main ones here from the Facebook page. The first is your blog or main website. Now, this really leads to email capture. It's my belief that every business should be building an email subscriber list. So a blog, if you have a blog for your business, this is the best type of email capture system, because a blog, you can post news and updates and things about your company, And if they want to sign up for more or sign up to claim something or whatever it might be, or to express an interest, they'll give you their email address. So what we're essentially doing is we're taking the person from the brand awareness stage. They like your content on Facebook, but at some point, we want to move the conversation with that person off Facebook and bring them more into our world. So with Facebook, you're competing for attention. They can do other things, talk to other people, message their friends, talk to other business pages. But once we get them to click off Facebook and come to your blog or your website, now they're really focusing more on you. And this shows they're more qualified. So by having a blog is a great way to add to your website. If you don't have one, you can post news, updates, more content, and there's much more chance that you will get them to become an email subscriber. The next thing you can do to capture leads is have a free Facebook group. So a Facebook group acts very much in the same way as an email database, only the communication is now in real time. You put a list of people who are interested into a Facebook group, which is designed around a common theme. And from in that group, you can communicate with them. You can put posts in there. And if they've joined your group, they've already expressed an interest. You see, they've taken an action. If they go to your blog and they subscribe to your email list, that's a qualifying action. If they ask to join your Facebook group, that's a qualifying action. And these two work very well side by side. And I'd recommend most businesses should do both of these because it's good to have multiple ways to collect your subscribers. The third one is a bit more advanced. So don't worry if you don't understand this right now. We have consultants on board who can teach you more about this. The third one is what we call the Facebook retarget audience. Now, let me explain this in simple terms. Facebook now have given business owners the option of putting a little pixel, which is a bit of website code, onto your website. Facebook will give you this piece of code and you can put it into your website or get your web designer to do it. We put it onto your blog. And what this does is now that any time somebody lands on your blog website, Facebook will add that person to a database, whether they opted in for your email subscription or not. If they just land on your website, they browse around, then they leave, Facebook captures that person onto a pixel if they have a Facebook account, which 70% of them will. And on this database, you can't see who the person is. Facebook won't tell you that data, but it puts them on a list in your Facebook account. And so I've used this with one of my businesses, and in about 18 months, we collected 1.8 million people who landed on my main website for a fitness gym business. We now have on Facebook a list of 1.8 million people in our city that have landed on my website. Now, the really cool thing is what you can do with this information, because what Facebook will then allow you to do is to make an advert or a post that you can send only to those people. And they're very qualified. They've been looking at what you do. There's a much higher chance that those people will then come forward and once again either join your Facebook group, they'll come back and sign up for your email list, or they can go to the next step of the funnel. So you've taken the person from knowing your brand. We've then got them to commit to us to join our email list via the blog, or to join a Facebook group, or even they've gone to the blog, they didn't opt in their email address, but we collected their Facebook retarget pixel anyway. Whether you have people, now you should have people building up in all these three databases. The sole objective of these three databases is to now give communication to these people that gets them to the next step. And that is turning them into buyers. And this is the lead conversion part of your funnel, the third most important part. We've captured the leads. Now we're going to take them off that database and into becoming paying customers, where we then build a buyer's database. So the two main lead conversion mechanisms I'm going to talk about here. First of all, we have a phone call or a consult. So think of the ways that your customer comes from online and they start talking to you or talking to your business. So they might phone you. It might be a consultation. If you're an expert or an author or a coach consultant, you might have a consultation, or initial meeting. If you're a real estate agent, you're going to have a viewing. Okay, but it might just be a phone call or a booking. If you're a restaurant, we want to encourage people in our database to phone us and book a table. Okay, so the phone, the consult, something like that, a one-to-one mechanism that you might have. So I want you to start thinking about which of these do you have in your business and which lead conversion mechanisms could you add so this whole process goes more smoothly. The next one below that is a webinar. Now, a webinar, if you don't know, is basically an online video. It's like an online presentation that people can watch on their computers, much like this video right now. This video you could call as a webinar. It's just like a seminar, but it's on the web. That's pretty much it. Webinars are great for your business if you plan to take customers in scale. You know, if you have an online-based business and you can collect as many customers as you like, maybe you sell digital products, webinars are great because you can have virtually as many people as you want watching a webinar at once, and then you can put an offer on the webinar where they can pay you online, or they can even claim a phone call or consultation with you, and you might close the client into a client from there. So webinars might be useful for your business. They might not. And then the other types of lead conversion we have are a seminar. Now, seminars are one of my personal favorite if you're a local business. This could also be any type of live event. Okay, so, if you have a restaurant, you want to make sure you're putting on some live events. Maybe you're having DJ nights or you're having special theme nights. If you, are in real estate, you can be doing real estate seminars, helping, local owners to, give them tips on the best ways to increase the value of their property and get more quicker sale. You could do anything like that. If you're in the expert industry, then seminars will work fantastically for you. If you're in more of a service industry, there are some creative ways you can use live events too. And many of the top companies will use events of some sort. I could even include live events that other people hold. So trade shows, are you advertising your business at trade shows, conventions, summits, things like that, festivals, okay? And finally, the other way of converting a lead is through an automated sales page, or this means they buy from your website. There's no human interaction needed. They just simply come from your blog or your Facebook group, they go to an order form page and they buy something and pay online through PayPal or a bank transfer or any system you might have. And they're the 3 steps of the funnel, the beginning steps. So it starts with brand awareness, all your social media. That then we want to be converting people into a database, which is off of social media. And then finally, we want to have lead conversion systems. You should be putting these conversion systems in front of your database leads to help them make the next step. And when you build this in, you're going to see a far smoother effect. We can automate most of this, and you will have customers coming through much quicker, a faster turnaround time from lead to buyer. Now, the final step of this column, this is more advanced. This is the future. So this is actually the 4th area where we call maximizing client value. And this basically means, how do we get more value or more profit, revenue from the customers we already have? Because most businesses only focus on the first half of this funnel. And they're always trying to get new customers, when actually you can make far more money by speaking and upselling the customers you already have. So this is going to include your buyers list. You can have a buyers database. So you could have an email list of all your buyers, all your gym members or salon clients or restaurant regulars, whatever it might be. And you could also have a Facebook group of buyers too. You could put your customers as a special bonus in a paid members Facebook group. And this is very important to do, because when you do that, you can then communicate with your buyers and you can introduce them to new services and things like that without resistance. In fact, if you need a cash injection in your business, or you're going to launch a new service or a new product, doesn't it make sense the first people you give this to is your current customers who already know you, like you, and trust you? But that's just a quick overview. I wanted to make this video so you have a quick overview and you can see what happens next. Now, most businesses don't have this in place. So the problem with that is that we can do all the work on your Facebook page. We're trying to build you fans, and then our job is to help get those fans off of Facebook into your lead capture systems. Okay, but we need you to create these systems. Now, at Black Box Digital, we can do some of this work for you as an additional service. Okay, but what we want to do is help you out first and see what we can do. So below this video, you'll see a downloadable worksheet that I've created for you. And what it's going to do is it'll help you diagnose your sales funnel. It's going to ask you a lot of questions. Some of them are challenging. Some you might not know the answers to begin with, but it will help you see where are the gaps in your funnel. Because I can tell you this, the gaps in your funnel are all costing you money. If you fill in those gaps and you have a smooth customer acquisition funnel like this, you're going to make way more money a lot faster by capturing more customers. So this worksheet, download it below, do it right now. It's going to help you. And then the next thing we have for you as a member of Black Box, we want to help you get the best results possible. So what we've done then is once you've completed your worksheet, if you'd like to take this further and you can see how important it is to have this done, what we've done is we're going to set you up with one of our customer acquisition funnel specialists. We have a number of specialists right now who are building funnels like this for multi-million-dollar companies. We have companies generating 10 million in revenue, 20 million in revenue, and those companies get to that point because they built these systems in from the beginning. Because when you have a system like this in place, you can also easily scale it. So if you're serious about building a scalable company, if it's local or online, doesn't matter, and you want to get this system in place, follow the instructions below, and you can claim a free 30 to 45 minute consultation with one of our specialists, and they will walk through your answers from the worksheet, and they'll just help give you some ideas and help you lay out some ideas for every step of this funnel. So if you're not sure about a blog, or you're not sure how to use a Facebook group, or you don't understand, a phone consultation process, and you'd like some help with some ideas for your individual business, follow the instructions below. You can book a call. You can then book a call on the scheduler with our funnel specialist. He or she will get on the phone with you and they will talk you through this process. And of course, after that point, if you would like to go further and you'd like our funnel specialists at Black Box to build this for you, then we have additional services for that. But either way, if you jump on the call with them, they'll give you some ideas, give you an outline, and you're then free to go and implement it yourself. Or maybe you can help, someone can do it for you, or you can work with us and we can do it for you. That's the options. But whatever you do, make sure you claim that call below, because that's really going to help you take your business to the next level. And it's also going to help your Facebook page strategy get more results faster, which is what we want for you. So this is Justin Devonshire from Black Box. Hope you enjoyed this quick video. Watch it again if you're not sure, and download the worksheet below. It'll give you some very important insights to your business. Finally, you're soon going to be getting an invite, if you haven't already, to join our free Facebook support group. So we're following our own advice here. We have a Facebook group for our customers, which includes you. And in that group, you can ask us any more questions. We want to support you, help you through any stage of business. We're here for you with our world-class consultants, all part of your package. So any questions about this, please post them in the group and someone will get back to you as soon as possible.